Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another What's for Breakfast. If you're new here, hello and welcome. I am Taylor. I share these What's for Breakfast videos about every month. I do What's for Dinners every week and other videos similar to that. So if you like that, I would hope that you would subscribe down below. I have some pretty good breakfast recipes coming up in this video, and today's video is actually a collab with my friend Kayla over at the Unmodern Millennial. She will also be sharing some breakfast ideas with you guys, and I love her videos. She's always sharing pretty simple budget friendly ideas, so please make sure you go over and check her out. Now let's go ahead and get into these breakfast ideas. For today's breakfast, I'm going to be making some buttermilk biscuits and some sausage and gravy. I have never made biscuits before. Well, I take that back. I made biscuits once in high school, and my group's biscuits did not turn out good, and my nutrition and wellness teacher said like biscuits were one of the hardest things to get right, and I was just always intimidated by it and never tried it again. But from videos that I've seen, it seems pretty easy. I feel like my teacher was just like, and it doesn't take a lot of ingredients, so it's not like you're wasting a lot if it does turn out bad. But this recipe comes from King Arthur flour. I don't have their flour. I just have like store brand Walmart flour. But it is self-rising, and then it calls for sugar, but we don't really like sweet biscuits, so I'm going to leave out the sugar because it says optional. And then 1 stick of butter, cold, and then some buttermilk. And if you don't have buttermilk, you can make your own buttermilk with, I think, regular milk and like vinegar. I think that's right. I will leave a little recipe for that down below, but I'm going to need like 3/4 of a cup to a cup of buttermilk. So I've got that. And then for my sausage and gravy, I've got the sausage I'm going to cook up. I'm going to need about 4 cups of milk. I've got some flour to absorb the grease, and then some pepper and a little bit of seasoned salt to season it. So this should be pretty easy to put together. I'm going to go ahead and get the biscuits put together and in the oven, and then I'll work on this while the biscuits bake. I've gone ahead and turned on my oven, so it is preheating to 450 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and measure out my buttermilk. And then I'm going to put my 3 cups of flour in this bowl, and then I'm going to cut my butter into 1/2-inch cubes. Now it says to rub or cut in the fat until it's the size of small peas. So I've seen people use a fork. I actually have this pastry cutter, so I'm going to use this. So we're just trying to get the butter incorporated into the flour. Alright, if you see, like my pieces of butter are now pretty small, about the size of peas. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in my milk. And it says to toss with a fork until the liquid is absorbed. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add in the other 1/4 of a cup of buttermilk because mine's looking pretty dry. Alright, this is looking kind of dry, but I'm hoping that when I knead it together, it'll be fine. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of flour on my work surface. We're going to put it on there, and then it says to fold it over 3 or 4 times, and then we're going to like pat it into a 1-inch thick circle, square, or rectangle. So I might need to get out my rolling pin. We will see. I feel like that looks about 1 inch thick. I'm using this little egg mold to cut them. So I'm going to cut as many as I can. Roll the dough back up. Roll it back out. I got a baking sheet over here. It says ungreased, I'm pretty sure. Place them onto an ungreased baking sheet. And then it says you can brush the tops with either melted butter or buttermilk. And since I have buttermilk, I'm going to brush them with buttermilk. Alright, I got 10 biscuits. It says, I think you would get 6 large biscuits or about a dozen small to medium biscuits. So this is how many I got with that little cutter. I'm going to stick them in the oven on 450 for 12 to 14 minutes. Hopefully they turn out good. Okay, for the sausage gravy, I've got my eye on about medium high, and I've got my sausage. It's 1 pound of ground sausage. I'm going to go ahead and brown that up. And then once it's all browned, I'm going to mix in a couple tablespoons of flour, just regular all-purpose flour, to absorb any of the grease. Alright, now it's time to pour in our 4 cups of milk, and then we're just going to let that simmer until the milk starts to thicken. Okay, milk is starting to thicken up and turn into a gravy. I'm going to go ahead and start seasoning it. I'm going to put in just a little bit of seasoned salt and quite a bit of pepper, and then I will taste it to see if I need to add more. Okay, here are my biscuits after 13 minutes of baking. I forgot, after I put them in there, I realized that I forgot to put butter or buttermilk on them. It said it was just if desired. It just makes the crust shiny is what it said. But I'm going to go ahead and brush the tops of these with butter now that they came out of the oven. I did it. I made biscuits and they are good. We already ate one of them. We all split it and it was very good. So I definitely recommend this recipe. So yeah, we got the biscuits and the sausage and gravy. The kids have some grapes. I have some oranges for me and Andy. But that is going to be this breakfast. Okay, it's time for another breakfast idea. This breakfast idea is coming from Lydia Sen. She is here on YouTube, but also on Instagram. Instagram is where she shared this recipe. She has a highlight for it on her Instagram, so I will leave her Instagram link down below if you guys want to go check it out. This is going to be pretty quick and easy. She said you need, I think it's 1 cup of oats. Hold on, I screenshotted the recipe.
Good morning.
Yeah, 1 cup of oats. She does 2.5 cups of water and then some vanilla and cinnamon, 1 little pat of butter, and then she said you could do blueberries and apples or just apples or whatever. We're just going to do apple because apple is what we have. So I'm going to get all of this in the pressure cooker. I'm going to dice up this apple, get all this in here, and then it's going to cook on high pressure for 4 minutes. So it should be pretty quick and easy and hopefully delicious. Here it is all bowled up. We're about to try it and we will let you know how we like it. It made 3 good sized bowls of it. But if you have more than 3 people or you want to have like leftovers or something, I would definitely recommend doubling the recipe. But we're going to go ahead and give it a try. I almost forgot to mention, you might want to add some honey. She said she added maple syrup, although she also said that she didn't end up needing the maple syrup because the fruit like added a bunch of sugar. So I think it depends on how much fruit you're going to add. I think if there was more than just apples, like maybe it'd be sweet enough, but we definitely needed some honey in ours. But it is really good. It's still hot, but the kids have been able to take a couple bites. They were like, it's not sweet, so we had to add a drizzle of honey on each of theirs, and now you love it, don't you? Mm-hmm. Isn't it super good?
It's good.
Super good? Okay, today for breakfast we are making Pioneer Woman's Cinnamon Toast. Should be pretty simple and easy, I know, but it looked delicious, so I am going to make it. Usually when I've done cinnamon toast in the past, which it's been a while, you just spread some butter on the toast, sprinkle on some cinnamon and sugar, and stick it in the toaster oven till it's toasted, and that's it. This one is a little bit different. We're going to bake it in the oven. So I've got the oven preheated to 350. Her recipe is for 16 slices, but I went ahead and quartered the recipe, so I've got 4 slices of bread over here. I'm going to have 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup, right? No, 1/2 stick of butter, which is 1/4 cup. So 1/4 cup of butter, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. It called for 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg, but can't really quarter that, so I'm just going to do like just a little dash of it, and then 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. So we're just going to mash up all of that with this butter in here with this fork, and then get it spread on our bread, and then this is going to bake for 10 minutes at 350. Okay, I cut our cinnamon toast in half, and then to go with it, we have some scrambled eggs with cheese and a half of a banana. This is mine with the extra pepper on the eggs. And here are the kids. We will definitely let you know how we like this toast. All right, was it good?
Yeah, it was delicious. I want more. And I want.
Everybody wants more?
Yeah.
Well, there's one more piece. Y'all can split it.
Yeah.
It was really, really good. And that is going to be it for this month's What's for Breakfast. Don't forget, as I said at the beginning, this was a collab with my friend Kayla over at the Unmodern Millennial. So please make sure you click the link down below and check out her channel. I know she's going to be sharing some awesome ideas with you guys. And if you guys have any breakfast ideas for my family, things that you make or things that you've seen that you think we would like and want to try, leave me a comment down below with the idea or send me an email. I'd love to try out things that you guys have seen or that you love yourself. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.